Hi everyone, welcome to Electronic Publishing and Prepress. I am Professor Trout. I think I've had most of you before. If I haven't, it's nice to meet you. I wanted to make this short video kind of just to go over kind of expectations for the course, what you can expect from me, kind of the layout because it is an online course. So you know how to navigate the course load and the weekly assignments and the discussions that we have, just so we're not missing out on anything. It is a 7-week course, so that being said, we have a lot of information and area to cover in a short amount of time. So I will be kind of making these weekly videos just to go over things with you, so that way you know what's expected of you each week as we go forward. Excuse me. So yes, it's an online course. I teach this asynchronously so that it's easier for you guys with work and kids and kind of your schedules, getting everything together, so you can work on things at your own pace each week. So I'll have everything up Tuesdays at 8 a.m. so you'll be able to go through and kind of see what we're working on. I'll have lecture material, your weekly assignment, the discussion posts, and then a major project submission that will be due, which I'll go over in a couple minutes. But that way there's no meeting time. You don't have to worry about, making this fit into your schedule. If you do need to meet with me via Zoom, you can reach out to me. I'll gladly set up a meeting if you're having trouble with something or a question, or if you need to chat about whatever. More than happy to do that with you guys. I'm always, I try to make myself available as much as I possibly can. I know COVID kind of created a whirlwind of conflicts in everyone's life, so trying to make everyone's schedule work out and make things kind of work cohesively, it's been difficult. So I understand that, and I'm willing to work with you guys in whatever way we possibly can. So reach out to me if you have any questions. Gladly set up a meeting if you need to meet with me via Zoom, and we will figure out what's going on. I think everyone has had me before, but I'm really big on communication. So as long as you're communicating with me, if you're having an issue or if you have a question or if things are going on, as long as I understand and I know what's going on, I'll be happy to work with you in every way I possibly can. But if I don't hear from you, I just assume that you're not interested in the course and you're not doing the coursework. And then you're not going to do well in the course, obviously. And I don't want to see that. And I hope that you guys don't want to do that. So we'll work together and kind of get through it. I know it's going to be quick and fast, and it's going to be a lot of information. So we'll just work together and get it all done. Let's see. So I'll be opening each of the weekly modules at 8 a.m. on Tuesday. Every week you'll have a discussion post that you'll have to do. You'll have an assignment that you have to do. And then you'll have your lecture material. So kind of when you go into the course, you'll see this week there's a gray bar that says orientation session, right? So that's the module name for the week. So I just name it, orientation session, and then next week will be week 1, and then we'll go from there. So you'll see the gray bar. Underneath of that, it will also say orientation session or whatever the week module name is, week 1. Make sure that you click on that because I do try to make these videos every week to kind of go over things. It's hard for you to just read it on the assignment. I feel like it's a little better explained if I explain it to you, not face to face, but at least you can hear me say it. It might clear things up and clarify what I'm looking for as far as, assignments or things like that. So make sure you're clicking, underneath the gray bar where it says orientation session or week 1, because that's where I put the videos for the week, and it kind of explains, the points that we'll be hitting that week. So always click on that. I'll have these up there. This week you'll see there's a lot of information. So there's a lot of files that you can go through. So I have the syllabus up. go through, see what you're going to be learning about this course, kind of see the grading system. If you've had me before, it's pretty much the same. As long as you get your work in and do what you need to do, you'll be doing just fine in this course. Your artist sketchbook is also there. So, sorry. My other computer is updating. So your artist sketchbook, you've all had me before. It's really important. We'll be doing thumbnail sketches, mock-up sketches, color sketches. So your artist sketchbook is something that I feel is extremely important, and you'll be working a lot out of it. So make sure you have that. There's a tips for success. So it kind of just goes over, some extra tips that might be helpful for you to kind of have a successful course. And that's not just for this course, it's every course that you take. So I like to put that up there for you. Then there's also a netiquette kind of read through, I guess you could say. Just because we are online and we're not meeting face to face doesn't mean that you can be rude or mean or disrespectful in any way. So it kind of goes over, your etiquette as far as being online and typing things out, because we do have discussions and we'll have critiques and things like that on the discussion posts. So it's important to be nice and be respectful towards each other. So then there's also the Camden County College Handbook on there for you. So that, again, you can you won't be quizzed on it or anything like that. But all the information's there if you ever need to look at it or you want to go through it. You're more than welcome to. So this week you have 2 separate lecture material read-throughs. They're PowerPoint slides that most of you have probably had from me already, but it's just kind of going over, the different steps that are involved in creating a design. So the research, the thumbnail sketch, the mock-up sketch, the final design, right? Really important. Will be on a quiz, so make sure you know that material. Then there's dots per inch and points per inch, or pixels per inch, sorry. So it's different resolutions. So that's really important because we'll be talking about printing and electronic, publishing. So both of those pertain to those. It's really important. Different layout terms, which is also extremely important, especially in printing materials. So you want to know different layout terms and what things are called. So when you're designing whatever it is you're designing, you keep those in mind so you understand, and when the printer's asking you questions about your bleeds or your margins and things like that, you understand what they're saying. So that's this week's lecture material. Then you'll see, so that you'll have one major project for this whole course. Usually I have like 4 for the course, and they compile most of your percentage for the course. This semester, because it is 7 weeks, I have one major project, and you'll be working on different parts of that major project every week. So every week you'll have something that needs to be submitted to me for the major project, and you will also have a weekly assignment. So the major project itself is going to be a newsletter. So you'll be doing the cover of the newsletter, the inside, and then for extra credit, if you want extra credit, you can do the back side or the back cover. So you can kind of read through the assignment. You'll see this week there's 2 that say major project. I don't want to make that confusing. The first one says your major project, and then it'll say final submission in all caps at the end. So that is the final submission at the end of the course, but it goes over all of the information for this assignment. So I put it in this week so you can reference it while you're working on your major project, making sure you're hitting all the points that we need to put into the major project. Underneath that this week, you'll see major project, and at the end, it'll say orientation submission. So each week it'll say major project, newsletter, cover, and inside spread, and then it'll say what week submission that it is. When you click on that, it'll go over exactly what you need to submit for that week. Okay. Trying to make it not confusing for everybody. So if you are confused by that, please reach out and let me know, and I'll kind of think of a different way to put it up there for you. So that's this week. You guys can read through all the information. You can read through the assignments, read through the major project, and then you'll also have a discussion every week. I think if you've had me for an online course, it's the same layout as it is every course that I have. So you have your discussion. Because there are only 3 of you in the course and me, we'll get to know each other very well, but we won't have as much as of a conversation as far as your discussions every week. And usually I have you reply to 2 of your classmates to kind of keep everything flowing. Because there's only 4 of us all together, I'm only asking for you to reply to 1 of your classmates. And then, I'll put feedback in there. If you want to reply to more, that's totally fine too. So that's up to you. And then I did want to go over kind of the grading for this course, the major project. So the newsletter cover and inside spread is 50% of your grade. So it's half of your grade is this major project, which we'll be working on every week. You'll have your final submission. So it is a huge chunk of your grade. So make sure that you're keeping up with all those submissions and doing all the things that we need to do to keep that assignment together. So when we submit it at the end, you have everything that you need and you're not missing anything. Your assignments and discussions, so your weekly assignments, your weekly discussions, is worth 30% of your grade. So make sure, every week I'll be giving you different assignments kind of corresponding to the lecture material that we're reading about, whether it's printing, color, spot color, Pantone colors, all different kinds of things. The prepress, all the steps that are involved in that. Try to keep it, I try to keep the assignments fun so that you guys, kind of get a cool feel of what you could design as far as print related products, and different, publishing things. So I try to do as much creative things as I can so you guys can think outside the box and have fun with it. Class participation is 10%. So make sure that you're coming on to the course. I want to make sure that you're checking in at least 3 times a week. Make sure you're not missing anything. And I can see how many times, or, your percentage of coming on to the course via my side of the Canvas site. So I can see how many times you're coming in and what you're looking at, that kind of thing. So that's how I go off class participation, because obviously we're not in a classroom and I can't, go off of the conversations that we're having as a group and participating in critiques and things like that, because it's not really happening at this point. It's also why it's only 10% of your grade. So as long as you're handing things in on time and doing everything you need to do, your class participation will be fine. And then 10% is on tests. Excuse me. So with all the materials and things that we'll be learning, you will have at least 2 quizzes. I'll have one halfway through, kind of like your midterm, and then you'll have a final at the end, going over different terms, different software, things in prepress, things in production, publishing, all that kind of stuff. So it's all things that'll be in the lecture material that I supply to you every week, or in the discussion posts. I may put videos up for you to watch and then respond to, so that kind of thing could be on the quiz as well. So I think that pretty much goes over the course and what you should expect. Sorry. And all the things that, we'll be doing in the course. There's a lot, like I said, it's a lot of information for 7 weeks. So we're just going to kind of jump right into it and get started. I'm excited. I hope you're excited. And if you have any questions ever, please email me and I will get back to you as soon as I possibly can. But yes, definitely email me if you have any questions whatsoever. and I look forward to working with you guys. So have a great week, and I will chat with you soon. All right, bye.